What's? Hold on 1 second. Woo! It's been a hot day. What's up, everybody? Let me go ahead and invite my good friend Lance Bass into the chat. Let's see how we do this. How do we do it? Hello. Help me out, Cat. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Oh my God, I am epic fail right now. Thank you. Can you guys hear me? Can everybody hear me? Let's see if we do it right here. Request. Hold on. I know. I literally. Oh, invite to join. Got it. I know. Hold on. There he is. Where is he?
Woo!
You wanted to be good.
Yes!
Oh, what's going on, Nick?
No! Please, no!
I think we needed some intro music. Don't you think?
We did. You know, you know what I was thinking? So you played the song, Lance, and I said, you know what? I think I was just gonna say, you're all I ever wanted. You're all I ever needed. Yeah.
You make that sound
What's
good.
up?
I mean, here
I'm
we
not
are.
as good. I know, right?
You know, it's fun. Look, this pandemic has done many strange things, but it's really fun that our friendship really blossomed during this moment over some really random things.
I know.
Because a lot of people don't know that we ran into each other a few times throughout our career, but we never really got to bond and become friends because we were so kept apart. They wouldn't let me near you, Nick.
I know. Now, you know, it's interesting because we were a lot of people who are just joining us right now on our live. I've gotten to know Lance over the past couple of years even better than I have known before. But you know, we have run into each other over. I mean, it's going on almost 30 years for us, so it's got to be around like I've known you for 27 years or something like that.
Yeah,
You know,
I think we met in like
Orlando.
1996. It's crazy. Yeah,
I know. And it's so interesting too because there are so many things that what I've learned is that we share in common actually. So many things, like we were just on a call yesterday just catching up, and I was just like, gosh, it's insane. Like, other than the frosted tips,
my friend.
that we both have, but yeah. What'd you say?
I'm good. Can you get my headphones? Sorry, I'm gonna put headphones in because I can barely
No
hear.
worries, no worries.
I'm trying to.
No worries.
I just had them.
While we're talking, I'm in Vegas right now, and it happens to be the hottest day of the year so far. It's 109 degrees outside.
What?
It's 109 degrees here in Vegas, and literally, I was like, okay, I wanted to set up the live, inside, but I got a bunch of screaming kids inside, so I was like, I'm trying to find some quiet to be able to have a conversation with you, and so I came outside for a little bit, Lance, and I literally had my phone just kind of set up with this whole thing that I have, and it shut down. It had that warning thing. It was so hot outside. Yeah, and I'm sweating too. So anyway, hey, yeah, listen, Lance, real fast. I just want to say congratulations.
Oh, well,
congratulations!
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm pregnant. Woo! Well, I'm not physically pregnant, but yes, we are pregnant. And in fact, our surrogate's watching right now. Hello. Woohoo!
Hi.
But it's great. They're growing beautifully, healthy, two babies. So yeah, twins on the way, which is insane. And congratulations, you
Thank you.
announcing Pearl. Welcome to the
Yeah,
world, Pearl.
yeah. We actually just did a little thing on Us Weekly today, and just revealed like just the pictures and name for the first time. So we're really proud. And I saw your scary reveal horror, and that was another thing that we actually learned about one another, is that you really love like Halloween and are into like horror.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
t-
Halloween's my favorite time of year. And ever since I was a kid, it's my dad's fault. My dad would really go overboard every year for Halloween. And he also liked scary Halloween, like the gory Halloween. So that's
oh
what
yeah.
I grew up with. So I like the kind of scarier stuff. But when we were, trying to think of a way to announce these babies coming, there was no other way for me than to do a horror trailer, because it was just perfect timing. They're coming Halloween. And I'm a filmmaker, so I had to, I had to deliver something special for everyone.
It was brilliant. It was
It
brilliant.
was, and
I mean, the
director
quality
is
was
so
incredible
good.
too.
Yeah, that's Colton Tran. He is such an incredible horror director, and I will be working on a lot of things with him in the future.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
Lance, I did something with your guys. I did a horror movie with Joey and Chris called Dead Seven.
I saw
And
that. Yeah.
I think that we didn't get a chance to connect because you were so busy at the time. But we got to do something.
I remember because you did reach out for that, but I think that's when I was doing the Meredith Vieira show or something. So I had no life whatsoever, so I couldn't get away.
Totally cool. Totally cool.
And another fun thing that I found out that what we have in common, is our love for drag shows. You go to drag shows?
I actually do.
I love that.
Yes.
What's your favorite drag show?
Yeah, and well, happy Pride Month to everybody out there. This is your month. Celebrate, enjoy it. It's funny, down in Key West where I actually have a home. I love it down there, and a lot of my friends are actually gay, and I've always done as many events as I can, festivals and stuff like that, and down there, I mean, it's just, it's the place to be, and so my wife and I would go to drag shows all the time, and we would just go out and we would hang out and listen to the most incredible, like, they were just incredible shows, and it was so much fun. So yeah, that was something that I would do down in Key West.
Did you ever go to a place in Miami? I'll never forget when we first started as a group going down to Miami. We shot a couple of videos down there. We would go to this Chinese restaurant called Lucky Chains, which was also a drag restaurant. So
I think I remember that place. I think I do. Yeah.
There was New York, and there was it's great. Every single waitress was the most gorgeous drag girl that you've ever seen. They did incredible performances. Half of them sang live. That's where my love for drag happened, and that was like 1996 with all the NSYNC boys.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I totally remember. I mean, and I've definitely some of the best entertainment that you could ever get, for sure. Yeah.
Oh yes.
So, yeah, but I just I want to tell everybody out there, one of the other things that Lance and I shared in common, and I think that that's kind of like the story that's kind of coming from our bond, and this month and everything, and I was thinking about it, being the fact that, like, I'm sure a lot of people would say, well, why is NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, coming together now, after all these years when they thought that there's been this like huge rivalry, right? And I mean, you can elaborate a little bit on it,
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, the rivalry was, it was fun. It's nice to, have your team. It's like being a New York Yankee fan or a Met fan, right? So it's all fun. But then, sometimes it goes a little overboard where it's like, all right, let's chill out a little bit. And I think, right now this world is pretty volatile and very divided right now.
Yes.
So I thought being able to team up with you and some of these projects that we're about to be doing together, but I think it just really kind of shows the world that even two of the biggest rivals in history can come together and have common ground and enjoy 100%. Each other.
100%. Yeah,
that's
spread the love. That's what this is all about. I feel, we as a society, have been through so much together in the past year, you know, and I feel there is a light at the end of the tunnel that we can all see and we can feel. And, you know, I'm hoping that we could sort of be a story, you know, of how we could come together, you know, and as people and grow and learn and go head into the light together and have an incredible year ahead of us. So that's really the story of NSYNC, Backstreet, Nick and Lance coming together in my opinion.
Kumbaya. I love it.
You know it.
Well, I know that a lot of people. Oh, Joey Fatone's in the house. Woo! I wish.
Yo!
We should bring him in somehow. I don't know how to do that kind of stuff.
I know. Joseph, what's up? Joseph, you ever call him Joseph?
I've called him many things, and it's not one of them is not Joseph.
Oh my!
We call him the fat one. The fat one. Since we were here,
I'm fat right now. That's for sure.
Please, hello. We're all on our COVID-15. That is for sure.
Yeah.
But since we're here, you know, I know a lot of people in this room, the fans, want to hear, you know, kind of stories from our days. And the good thing about this is there's so many questions that I've always wanted to ask you, but I've just always been afraid, right? So let's take it back to the beginning, because I would like to know kind of your origin story before you even, you know, met the Backstreet Boys, Lou Pearlman. How did you get into this business? Were you singing as like a kid?
Yeah, I started around, I'd say 8 or 9 years old in Tampa, singing and just singing and dancing and all the dance competitions. I don't know if you remember, there was this thing called Showstoppers that was really big in Florida, and I was doing a lot of that. But yeah, I pretty much started in the group when I was 12 years old. That's when I met the guys. It was, I'd say 11 and a half, going on 12. Mm-hmm. So that's really how it started. Like
12 years old. And how old was Kevin at the time?
Kevin, I think he was like 20 or 21.
So what did it feel like as a 12-year-old to be kind of thrust into this adult situation? Because I mean, at 20, 21 years old, you're experiencing life for the first time, you know. So I don't know how fun it would be to have a 12-year-old on my side trying to go to the clubs.
Yeah, well, no, yeah, we as you know, we were brothers, you know. We all pretty much like we learned about each other. We became family and we became friends, and so I was just basically the young member of the group, the young family member, the younger brother of the group, and so I learned a lot from those guys. You know, I did have a question for you. You know, as far as when it comes to NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, this was something that was always on my mind. I always wanted to know, how did you feel when you first learned about us as the Backstreet Boys? Because we obviously started, and then, you know, obviously Lou was doing things with a lot of different people and a lot of different bands and stuff like that, and then obviously an incredible band named NSYNC was formed. But when you knew about us as the Backstreet Boys, like, what was your feeling like, kind of being in the same circle?
Yeah, well, the whole way Lou Pearlman got us, you know, together, you know, and we formed this group was because of you guys. Like, he led with you guys, saying, look, this is what I've done. Look at these guys. He would show us some videos. We listened to your music, and we were just so happy. We're like, this is great. We're going to be on a record label with, you know, guys like us, and it's going to be the new Motown, right? Like, we're going to have like a Motown type of situation. Totally. So that was my initial thought of what was going to happen, until I started finding out, you know, a few weeks into it that, oh, wait, we can't tell anyone that we're a group. Oh, okay. We can't even tell anyone at the record label that we're a group. Oh, okay. Wow. And then they start putting things in your head. You know, Lou would always tell us things like, you know, I put these guys together, but, you know, now they're going to be breaking up. They don't, you know, their heads are too big now. So that's why I wanted to form another band, because, you know, there's no way that they're going to stick together that long. You know, Nick wants to go solo. It's not going to last. So those are the things that, you know, we're putting our heads like, oh, yeah, well, that's horrible. Like, why would these boys do that to Lou? How mean? And then that's when we started to get into competitiveness of like, great, all right, we'll be your band, Lou. We won't treat you bad. We won't turn out like those guys.
Yeah,
And then of course, in the end, it was all just one big lie.
I know.
Yeah.
I think it's I mean, there was, I'd say, pros and cons to the rivalry, in my opinion. Um, Obviously, the pros would be, I'd like to say, a healthy competition is good for anyone out there, if you can use it in a way, in a positive way.
Yeah.
And
It keeps making you better and better.
100%. I mean, they like to say that I like to go back. There was the Rolling Stones and Beatles. Nowhere, not comparing us in any way to those bands, but there was always the yin and the yang, of the bands. And I feel that I feel as if the years later, we have a bond. I learned that with some of the guys in your group. And all the other bands like O-Town, NSYNC, 98 Degrees, become friends with all of these guys and realize that there's only a certain group of people that actually share the same sort of parallel journey as us. And it's, and you and I, right?
Yeah. Well, it's an experience that you can't explain unless you're living it. It's really hard to explain what we went through because it wasn't just, oh, we were entertainers or, oh, we were, famous or celebrities. It was just a different level of fame. I mean, it was something that I grew up loving New Kids on the Block and I kind of saw that fandom, but there's really nothing like a fandom of a boy band. And I mean, you see that even today with BTS. It's just a different level, and it's amazing and so much fun. But then there's sometimes where you feel a little scared. You think it's a little too big. You're like, like I'm gonna get hurt.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Hey, so changing the subjects or staying kind of within the same subject but a little lighter. Songs, like, what was your? How can I put this? What was your favorite Backstreet Boys song?
My favorite Backstreet Boy song is definitely The Call. I loved The Call.
Really?
And I loved that and the video. When I saw that video, which was the first time I heard the song, I'm like, oh man, that would have been such a great NSYNC song. Like I loved it. So that one.
That's
exactly
how I feel about I Want You Back.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly that's the same feeling that because a lot of people maybe they don't know that we came from the same camp as far as the producers go. Max Martin, who
Max
also
Martin,
did,
which we always felt, to us, we always felt like the black sheep wherever we went because we would always come after you guys, right? Y'all started in Germany first, we come to Germany. You signed the record label, we signed with the record label. You went to Max Martin, we went to Max Martin, and we always felt that we were never good enough. Because you could feel that loyalty. You felt the loyalty from the record label to you guys. You felt the loyalty from Max Martin to you guys. Yeah. So we always felt like we were very kind of alone and like in it, just by ourselves. And I think that's what really kind of grew the competition also, because we had so much to prove because it felt almost impossible to get to you guys' level.
Well, I tend to respectfully disagree. I think you guys were brilliant in your own right. I think that we together created some incredible memories and moments for people out there that are going to last forever. And I hope that, because of the rivalry and because of the things that happened, it led to this moment right here that we're at having a conversation where a lot of our fans probably never dreamed would happen.
Yeah, no, it's great. And we get to experience or share this experience and really show our growth for everyone because, a lot of people watching right now, I mean, you grew up with us. I mean, a lot of people knew you when you were 12 years old. So, when you grow up in the public eye like that, it's, people really, they feel like they start to feel like your family, and even the fans start to feel like family because so many of them for so many years. But it's fun to see not only ourselves grow, but to see you guys grow, in the public eye, and to see our fans grow up too, turning from,
Yeah.
teenagers to adults to parents now, some grandparents now. It's been
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I'm actually. So, are you excited about? What's your feelings about now having children? I mean, I've got three. So, what's your?
I'm going to need lots of advice because I have no idea what I'm doing, but I don't think any parent really knows what they're doing right when they have their first kids. So, look, I trust that we're going to have an incredible village around us to help guide us into what we need to know in order to, raise amazing kids. They're going to have the best aunts and uncles ever around them.
Yeah, what is that thing that's saying? It takes a village to raise
Takes a village.
raise a family,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and I totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean,
and that's what I was used to that too, because when I grew up in Mississippi, and I grew up in the church, and that's what I loved about growing up in the church was the feel of community, and that's what I want to feel around raising the kids.
100%. Yeah, there's nothing like it, Lance. There's nothing in this world better than getting the love from your children. You're gonna be such a great father. Both of you are gonna be incredible parents, and so I really wish you the most incredible life with your family. So, God bless you for
that.
We're
we are super excited to figure this out, but yeah, we're nervous but very excited.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, I know we were sent a few questions from the fans out there that they really wanted to ask. So how about we go through a few of these right now?
Absolutely.
All right, first question. I like this. What paternity advice would you give me?
Wow, that leads right into that. That's so nice.
Perfect.
I'd say the journey of being a father or a parent is the discovery in itself. You're gonna learn things that you never knew you were capable of doing and being. And the best advice that I could give is just, I like to say, try to be in the moment as much as possible. You and I, we're working, we're business guys, like we're in the entertainment business, and whether it's a podcast, whether it's a show here or an album there, whatever we're doing out there, it tends to be hard to just kind of delegate your time. And so I feel as if the best advice I can give you is just, they grow fast. They grow really, really fast. And just, just be there and present as much as you can be. So that's the best advice I can give.
Yeah, and that's what I plan. I also think that the holidays, going to Disney, those type of things is just such a better experience through the eyes of kids. I can't wait to get that magic back for the holidays.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I invite you and your family down to Key West to go boating with me.
Woohoo! I am so down. Well, because we're moving to Miami, so we're going to be in Miami for at least half the time.
You were saying that it's gorgeous down there. Love it.
Yeah. Oh, it's the best.
Go ahead.
Speaking of this, I thought of something because of that question. You were talking about the business. We're in the music business. When do you remember the moment that you realized that what you were doing was a business and it wasn't just, for fun anymore? Was there a certain moment you're like, oh crap, this is we got to treat this like business?
I mean, I think for me, I've never really looked at it like business. That's just my point of view. I've learned over the years that there is a business and you should be aware of it for sure. But I've always just tried to live in the moment and just enjoy the entertainment aspect of it and the performances and the show. Although there is an old story that we've talked about with the guys, which is we did a show down in Florida and the Temptations actually they did a performance, and we were opening up for them, and the lead founding member, who was the last one alive at that time, he said, you need the best bit of advice that I could give you is that make sure you're that when you're performing on stage, that you're watching your business. And he goes, there's show and there's business. So when you're on your stage, make sure you're watching your business so it's not walking away. So that's
So
one of the
true.
best bits of advice.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Oh, very cool.
I got a question for, or do you want to ask the next one? Because we got a list here.
No, you because you have it in front of you, right? So we'll just go down the list here. All right,
Yes, I do.
Get the next one.
I have my
All
sheet.
Oh, by the way, that was Clau Martinez for that first question. Thank you, Clau.
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, this is from @Argy, Argy. Okay, I hope I got that right. All right. Which opposite band member would you be and why, Lance?
What opposite band member would I be and why? So if I were to be in Backstreet Boys?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would definitely want to be Kevin because I always felt so bad that y'all didn't have a real bass.
That's true.
Yes. Had to dig down in.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't. That's called truth. I love you, Kevin. I love you. And he'll admit it, actually. You know, he'll try to smoke as many cigars before he comes to the studio now to sound like you. That's for sure.
I'll give him some tips. Yeah, my voice dropped to this low when I was probably 14 years old. So there was no singing high for me my entire life, I feel like. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, you were a true bass. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's fun. But it was crazy because when we first started the group, I literally thought, at 16 years old, I didn't know what we were doing. I thought we would just be hired at Disney to be that kind of a cappella group. So we were an a cappella group, and I felt like, this was my thing. I fit so well in an a cappella group. I love being a true bass. And then once you're signed to a record label and then you can afford music, then all that kind of goes away. I'm like, oh man, I don't get to do my a cappella stuff anymore. So yeah, that was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, great harmonies though, that's for sure.
Good times. Okay,
you wanted to know
about you? No, I want to know your answer. Who would you?
Oh, that's with? Yeah. I would want to be Lance Bass. Why wouldn't I? He's handsome. He's got frosted tips. He's got a deep voice. I mean, why not?
And he got all the ladies. He got all the ladies. Yeah.
The ladies and the tits.
I wish that is the sad part of the era that we were in. Obviously, there was no way I was able to tell my truth while we were in the group. But how much more fun would it have been to been able to be out in a group like that with so many female fans and then like the gay fans too? It would have just been so much fun. Oh, I wish I could go back and change it all.
Well, at the end of the day, things are meant to be, and that's that's why we're here now, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, that was @ARGY, so thank you, RG.
RG.
All right, Nick? What's the hardest part of growing up in a boy band?
Hardest part. I'm literally chewing an ice cube while we're doing. Sorry, that's a habit of mine.
Etiquette, Nick. Etiquette.
That is not etiquette. Not classy at all. So the hardest part of growing up in a boy band, I mean, you pretty much are experiencing life, from the age of 12 all the way in the public eye. That can be very hard, growing up, in the public eye. So what about you?
I mean, the same thing, you grow up fast. I didn't start as early as you, but at 16, I didn't know what was going on in the world, especially from my little small town in Mississippi. I hadn't even really left the state that much.
Yeah.
So, jumping into something, an experience like this, where you're in a group with much older people, they've had life experience, they're already dating. I had to grow up super fast, just overnight. And especially moving to Germany at 17, where it's very open-minded over there. So
absolutely,
I learned life very quickly, and it came at me fast. Yeah, so
I do. So speaking about Germany, a lot of people might not know, but that was pretty much where both NSYNC and Backstreet Boys started, because really America at that time they were not accepting boy bands at all.
No. We had already been, New Kids on the Block were already like taking a break, and so that ship had sailed. You know, everyone made fun of pop music, especially in that era. It was like cheesy, you know, bubblegum
Yeah.
pop. And you know, I didn't even know what a boy band was until we went to Germany. When we got together, we were just called a group.
Yeah.
But we go over,
Yeah.
and I didn't know that there was this term boy band. We're like, okay,
Yeah.
we get to Germany, and there's 500 boy bands on the charts from every country. It was
Yeah.
it was insane to see that. Like I never knew that even existed until the day I landed in Europe.
Yeah, no, that was what an experience. And we would run into each other all the time. If you remember,
Yeah. Well, it's a small
popcorn
country.
explosion, what do they call it?
God.
The,
Yes.
the Bravo
Radio
magazine
Reagan tours.
shoots.
Yes.
The Bravo magazine shoots, Lance. Do you not
Uh-huh.
do you remember there was this photographer, his name was Fred.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you ever remember Fred from Bravo.
Yes.
And they
of
were
course.
some of the most very odd photo shoots.
It's like they were like playing a joke on the Americans, you know, over there, because I feel like every photo shoot that both of our groups would do, they'd be back there saying, look, how can we make them look like the biggest fools right now? You know, like, okay, we're just going to paint them all gold. All right, great. Oh no, we're going to put them in cowboy outfits. You know, now they're all going to be kangaroos. It was the silliest photo shoots I've ever done in my entire life.
It's so true. Oh my God. I was gonna while moving on to this next question. I think we already answered the one about our favorite, or what was the least favorite. Do you want to do the least one, the least favorite song, or might as well, right?
Oh, least favorite. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know.
Well, I'll ask you the question.
My
What's your least favorite?
is. With NSYNC, it's "Here We Go." That song just it grates on me.
Here we go, one more time, everybody.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, and
I
will
loved
say
it.
that
I loved it.
my hatred for it, I think, started because the video was basketball, and you know my disdain for playing basketball. I love watching it, but I can't play it, and in fact, it hurts me to play it.
2 points.
And when you
Two
I got 2
points.
points in our charity basketball event. And oh, this was great because, you know, when we lived in Germany, and of course, you know, the fans were, you know, fighting. We all thought, okay, let's again come together and show that we, you know, like each other, right? So we decided to do a charity basketball event. And we would put everyone's names in a hat, and everyone would draw, and it would divide up with all these different German artists and everything. Well, the way that it spread out, I was the only NSYNC member to join all the Backstreets, and I think maybe you were the only one that joined NSYNC. Were you?
It was
NSYNC
me.
team?
It was me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was one, I didn't know anyone. I mean, we were just brand new. I didn't know any of you guys, but it felt so great for the day because I felt so loved, because I felt like a Backstreet Boy for the day. Like, I was like, this is how they get treated? This is amazing. So yeah, so I got to know what it felt like to be a Backstreet Boy for a day.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so funny. Yeah, I guess the song you started off with for me, they like to say, wanted to be good girl, bad boy, whatever. it could have probably left the album. I didn't want to agree with it.
List too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So moving on. This I had actually a really funny answer for this. Who did that one? We gotta give a shout out to him.
Let's see,
Poetica Jess.
Poetica
Jess.
Poetica Jess.
Yeah, Poetica Jess. And okay, so the next one, I want to hear yours, but I have one too. So what would be, if we formed a boy band, what would the name be? So you want to go?
I
got it.
At this age?
I got it.
Yeah, what is it?
So it would be Nancy. Nick and Lance.
Oh.
Nancy.
I like it. Okay, I'm into Nancy. Let's do this.
You cool with Nancy? That's the name. It's a new boy band named Nancy.
I mean, I'll go with Nancy. I'm so into that. Oh, it's our couple name. We already have a hashtag couple name.
It's hashtag Nancy. Oh my God, I'm dying right now. And I'm sweating. I happen to choose 109 degrees outside to do this. Okay, anyways.
I know. Look,
Powder.
I lived in Vegas too, man. It's the best town. I love. Oh yeah, I lived in Vegas in the early 2000s. But yeah, and I still have my 702 number. Still got that number.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a special number. You want to ask
All
the next
right.
question?
Let's do
Oh,
it.
that was Mel. That was Mel Kilip. I think
Mel
that's
Clip.
who that was.
Mel Clip. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Which or what is one of your favorite moments in your career? Oh, this is a good one. So name a couple of just things that really stood out to you with in your career.
Things that stood out in our career. I mean, it tends to always be like some of the award shows, you know, the performances, MTV Music Awards, Grammys. I know there was this, we did a Grammy performance where we were honoring a lot of the Motown stuff, you know, with Boyz II Men and all those groups. And that, I think those are the ones that really stand out. Best times in our career. And I mean, honestly, Lance, we just did this a couple years back ago. We did the residency in Vegas here, and that was a really incredible experience to just be. And actually, it did so much for my family because I moved from Los Angeles to Vegas, and then I moved my son here at the age of like 1, and then we just stayed here, and I just pretty much have built an entire just, you know, family and home here in Vegas. So that I'd say probably the residency was the most impactful thing in my life, you know, to really just creating a foundation. So that was for me. What about you?
No, I mean, it's true. And people don't realize Vegas is actually an incredible city to raise your family in. Like it is great. A couple of things that stand out for me. I loved doing Rock in Rio. Did y'all get to play Rock in Rio?
We did, I think. I don't know. I don't know if we did or not. We might have.
Yeah, I think.
So,
they
what
did
was
it
your
every
experience
few
with that?
years. It was just one of those moments, you know, it was kind of early on in our career. We had never been to Brazil before, and I love Brazilian people. So I was just excited to be there, but I've never
Obrigado.
Obrigado. I never seen that many people in my life at a show. It was the first time I experienced a festival show where you couldn't see the back of the audience. I mean, it was a million people all packed into one. And it was just overwhelming. And the noise that came off of that, you got these goosebumps that never went away. I mean, you walk out on that stage and just like, oh my gosh. So that
I bet you if we ever, sorry to interrupt you, but I bet you if we ever did an NSYNC Backstreet Boys tour, we could definitely play some of those stadiums down in South America.
I think so. What is up with Brazil just loving our groups? Like, do you feel that? Because I get so many comments from Brazilians.
I just think they're really passionate, and you know, I like to say when it comes to a boy band, you know, especially from us late '90s, early 2000s, you know, you have to be a very, I'd say, special fan that doesn't care what people think about necessarily, you know, like about you, the kind of music that you listen to. At that time, it was kind of, oh, you like Backstreet Boys? Oh, you like NSYNC? Or I don't know if they did it with you guys, but they would do it with us. And you like the Backstreet Boys? Oh, like, and they, you know, they'd make fun of you as you'd be walking down, you know, in a mall or whatever in America, and you know, mocking you, and you know, we heard that all the time. So I think down there, and you know, listen, I think it's all over the world. If you are a fan of NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, you're a very, you know, strong and special person and fan, and I think there's and you're proud.
Yeah,
you're prideful. You're prideful.
I love it. Perfect, because it's Pride Month,
right?
All right, we have a last question here from Sophie. What are you both excited about being part of Suki? All right, yes, we have been
got to
kind
talk
of
about that.
teasing a little Suki out there. One of the things that Nick and I have bonded over this last year was really over cryptocurrency, which is like the new thing, and I love anything fresh and new, and I love anything nerdy like that. So totally, it's something that you've been in for years now, and you've taught me so much. And you're the one who introduced me to this Suki world, which is going to be so much fun. We can't really say exactly what we're doing with them right now, but it is going to be really fun, and we get to be so creative
Yep.
with this brand, and we're going to be making some really, really fun stuff for you guys.
Yeah. We're calling it Suki Saves the World. That's what we're calling it, and we are Lance and I are coming together to use cryptocurrency as a means to do something bigger, to essentially save the world. And this character that we found, Suki, we're gonna do what we can to introduce Suki to the world and find some really, really cool ways to give back. So you'll be hearing that very soon.
And Suki wears a spacesuit. I mean, come on. It's gonna be so much fun.
Yes.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, I know we've been on for a while. How long have we been off for? We
43 minutes.
Wow, I think that's the longest I've ever been on Instagram Live.
Remember, like, we got to keep it at 30. People are going to get bored after 30 minutes.
Yeah. I thought this would be a really good segment. I do. Would you because you did space school, right? Essentially, like, and you
I did, yeah.
You, what was the program called? Well, again, what?
Just the Russian space program.
Awesome.
I was over there in Russia. Yeah.
What? That's really, really cool. So my question to you: would you ever go to go on SpaceX? Would you do it?
I mean, it would be fun. SpaceX and rides like that are basically a roller coaster. And yes, it would be fun to go up and experience zero G and come back down. But my mission was always been and still is to go do some really fun work up on the ISS. So I was going to be living on the International Space Station for 10 days, doing environmental studies and blood work studies with my commander. So that's because as a kid, I dreamt of being an astronaut. So like, it was amazing to have a real mission instead of just be like, oh, you're just going to go up to space and float around. But, in order to stay on the ISS, you got to work. And I was real excited to do those experiments while I was up there.
Yeah. So, well, maybe with Suki, we can really go to the moon.
That's right. You better believe it.
We can go to the moon.
We're going to I think we're going to have a moon base in our lifetime. I really do. I think we're going to have a really fun moon base that people can go and vacation at and get to experience that. It'll be nice. Okay, maybe not in our lifetime, but it's going to happen.
One other thing, since it is, Pride Month, I guess we can kind of tease a little something. Lance, what do you say?
Oh yeah. Tell them all about it. This is going to be fun.
Yeah. So what we're talking about doing. Oh, somebody said Joey requested to live. Maybe we should bring him on.
Bring in Joey, yes.
I'll bring him on. I'll bring him on. Hold on. Yeah. Well, we can't give away too much, right? I think that's what they were saying. Let's see.
Yeah, Joey, don't give away too much.
Don't give it away, Joseph.
Mouth.
Joey. Come on, work. There he is. Real Joey Fatone's got a blue check. Hold on. Someone laughed in the background. Who was laughing?
Jess. That's Jess, of course.
Oh God! And just so you know, this is just a non-alcoholic spritzer, and it's delicious.
I am not saying anything.
And this is straight.
No.
Joey
What's
Fatone.
up, Joe?
I've been listening to your dumbasses talk the whole time.
Oh my God!
I'm actually very, very, very inquisitive, and I like to talk. It's nice.
Did you learn anything new, Joey?
Yeah, I learned that you're now Nick's best friend. I learned that. Me and Nick have many
you've been tossed, Joey.
Hanging out. We've worked together. We've talked about doing other things, but now all of a sudden,
no,
it's best friend. It's cool.
No.
But let's go ahead.
That thing's frosted. That thing is frosted right there. Look at that.
No, that's real, buddy. This is the only thing I don't color. I usually color. This shit is white, people.
You look like Ricky Martin.
Yeah, more like Rocky Dennis. Hey, so tease a little bit. I don't want to say much because I don't want to.
Well, we can. You're on here or whatever. We might as well tease a little bit of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's so basically, Lance, Joey, myself, AJ, maybe. We're gonna be we're just gonna say we're gonna be doing a little something special, and we're gonna announce it in the next week, I think, this next week coming up. And it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be really big.
I know.
And we're really excited.
And it's great because we're doing it for Pride, which will be really great.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's one of those things where, you know, all these kind of things as far as Pride is near and dear to our hearts. Of course, you know, let's be real here. Lance, you know, after we made out and I found out that you were gay, it happened.
You're the one who turned me gay, Joey.
we all live in a community, especially the entertainment community, which there's a lot of LGBTQ, and that's, for us, I love that and I embrace that from the minute I started in high school. You know, it was that kind of thing where it was like everybody has, you know, or should be, not has to, should be themselves. You know, there's no reason to put up a front about anything. And I know, again, when you were talking about it earlier, Lance, it would have definitely been different if you would have came out. And who's to say if it would have went amazing or left field? We don't know. But, you know, times are definitely, thank the Lord, that they're changing and they're moving on to do bigger and better things. And more people are more open and more people are more acceptable. And that's the other thing. People get all tied up of people's business. Let's be real. It's their business. And whatever they want to do behind closed doors is your business.
Stay out of my
best friend Richie. Yeah, my best friend Richie is gay. He came up to me. He's like, yo, man. He goes, he didn't want to tell me. He was so afraid. And I was like, yo, I love you. I don't love you, but I love you. You know what I mean? I'm not going to make out. Like, I'm not going to be my boyfriend. But, dude, you do you. And whatever that is, I love it. You know,
it's so nice to have, I mean, obviously you guys are not gay, but to have allies like you guys.
How do you know? Wait a second.
Well, there's always tomorrow. But, you know, to have the allies like you guys, I mean, it's so important to our community because, look, especially, you know, years ago, no one's going to listen to us, right? They listen to guys like you know, people that, you know, want to spread the love and this message of acceptance. And it doesn't even deal with you. Like, it has nothing, you don't even relate to it. And I think that it really moves the needle a lot when you see people like you supporting our community. So thank you.
What do you mean? People like me, I'm known in the gay community as a bear.
Yes, you know, you're officially a bear.
The question is, are you a grizzly bear? Are you, what kind of?
No, I'm not hairy. Usually the bears are really hairy. I'm not very hairy. I don't grow. It's very light, very light.
You're almost like a Santa Claus bear. Oh yeah.
This is Saoirse.
What is this? 5 or 6? Kidding.
This is 2.
Hi, darling.
This is my baby girl Saoirse. Oh, you okay? Say hi.
Say hi.
Like, I don't like it.
Hello.
Anyways, I got to get back to take care of some kids.
Cute.
Oh, you want to say hi? Say hi.
Hello.
Okay.
But it's exciting. You know, it's nice to do. It's nice, again, to wrap that up as far as what you were saying. You know, it's really nice to be a part of the community and just, you know, support. Because, I mean, again, it's one of those things where it's, you know, you just be accepted. Everybody just wants to be accepted in one way, shape, or form. And people have different ways that they act or they feel or how expressive they are. And there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're not hurting anybody or doing anything really stupid to harm anybody else or yourself.
It should be that simple. It really should. That's what my mom always told me. She's like, as long as you're not hurting someone, like really hurting someone, it's none of their business. Like you do you, which I love.
Absolutely. Well, and I think too, you know, that's coming. I said this before, but coming out of the pandemic and everything that we as society have gone through together, I feel like this is the most incredible moment to be able to, like, this month, this time, you know, the message that we can get out there together is that it's about unity. It's time for us to come together, you know, as people, and differences aside, and that is the message that we are spreading along, you know, with all my guys and from NSYNC and everybody here. So I'm really, really excited. And thank you, Lance, and thank you, Joey. I mean, listen, the truth is, you know, I love you guys. I love you guys so much. You
Feelings
are
mutual,
incredible
brother.
people. You are incredible people, and I've come to just know you and who you are over the years, and I really respect you. And thank you for letting me be a part of your journeys. So.
Oh well,
Nick,
same
stop
here,
it.
man.
I'm not gonna kiss your ass, Nick. Let's go there.
I mean, we made out too, Joe. Come on, like, I mean, we did dead seven.
I was about to say, I wish we had a fly on the wall when we were in Butte, Montana. I wish
Yeah,
we
it was
had
fun.
a couple of cameras because the questions that were coming out of each other were absolutely amazing. That was really fun. Maybe we can do another time one day to talk about that. But it was
Nice.
so much fun. But I had such a
Yeah.
blast. I wish, Lance, I wish you were there. I know some people were like, "Oh, I don't want to do that." Dude, I had a blast. I had a great time. I bonded with you. I bonded with Howie.
Yeah.
Probably more than I ever have in my life. It was
Yeah.
awesome. It was great.
Yeah, we'll do it again since Lance is the producer extraordinaire. You know, we're gonna
Right.
have to.
Oh yeah, we should do it. You know what? We should do an annual. We should do an annual horror film every year with all of you guys. I will produce it. I will make this
Do
stuff
it.
good.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Or even better, we're brainstorming, do a haunted house where we produce the haunted house.
Ooh, I mean, you're speaking my language, Joey.
I got an idea. Going off of that, you know, that event that was out in Hollywood that everyone would go. Adam Levine.
The haunted hayride.
No, the Adam Levine thing at the Hollywood cemetery.
Yeah.
You remember?
was
We
really
got to do
good.
our own.
Oh
I
yeah,
haven't seen it, no.
dude.
we gotta do our
The Hollywood Forever Cemetery is so great at Halloween. I've been to so many events there. That is where I want to be buried because they have fun there.
Yeah.
They do.
Oh God, that's so fun. Well, I look forward to
all
seeing
right.
you guys really soon.
Definitely.
And
I think you will be seeing me very soon at some point.
Yes, you will. Very, very
So-
soon. And I would like to say, you know, it is Pride Month, and I like to promote the Trevor Project at this moment. So anyone watching right now that, you know, doesn't have someone to talk to, and you want to express yourself, give the Trevor Project a call because they'll have someone anonymously listening to you and giving you great advice. You don't have to give your name.
100%.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But thank you guys. This has been fun. Let's do this again.
Hey, man, I
Hey,
was
let's
just here
do
for
it
the
again
ride.
soon.
I didn't do crap. I just hung
The
out.
hayride.
I just showed up. I listened to you guys banter. I came on for 2 seconds. I said
Oh
my
my
piece.
God.
I shut the
Yeah,
hell up.
it's kind of like how you were with Insane. Just there for fun.
Exactly. Nobody listens to me when I was in
I
Insane.
can't.
That's what
I
happened.
can't.
That's
I
another
can't.
thing. Who was the person that nobody listened to in the group? Nobody listened
Me and you.
That's a
Me
good
and you,
question.
yeah.
Are you asking? Yeah. Oh, all right, guys. I love y'all. I'll see you later.
All right, love you guys. Thank
Love you.
y'all.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.